The reason why I got involved with PQ Village Apartments complex is from a personal aspect. My sister lived in the complex when my niece and nephew were young, and she was attending college. I saw firsthand what having accessible, affordable housing does for young families or people on a fixed income, and how during a rough patch, people are able to educate themselves or gain other opportunities or merely get better and be able to enter back into the workforce and be successful. And the idea of removing that from our community was appalling.
According to city documents received in the last couple weeks, there are over 3,200 homeless people in San Diego.
The situation with PQ Village Apartments is that the owners of the complex are putting forth a project plan that would redevelop the units.
If this development goes through, then 332 dwellings and nearly 900 people will be homeless because there is no affordable housing for people in San Diego.
And you can really see that they're in trouble and they're stressed, and where are they going to go, and they really don't know.
About a couple of months ago, I heard through different people that the residents had received notice from the property managers that they would have to leave the premises in a year. And when we became aware of that and we did more inquiry, we decided we wanted to oppose the redevelopment and advocate on behalf of the residents.
That notification really have an effect on my mom and dad, not with me because I'm a renter, because I could find any place to rent on, but since I need to assist my mom and dad, that has a big impact on me, because I don't want to leave my mom and dad alone.
So you choose to live in PQ Village so you can take care of your parents?
Yes. As of now, we're on the waiting list, so the alternate housing is really occupied as of now, and there some of those housing is being built right now, but still we got 6 months to more than probably 5 years to wait.
The rent's gone up 2 times and I've had to pay the difference. The housing commission pays like not even $300 a month.
We are looking for a low-income place that is covered by, they call it Section 8, which is subsidized by the government. But not all of these places that we have went, not all of them are not covered by Section 8.
I applied in about 2003 and finally got accepted in 2014.
You have to apply application, and they said the waiting time is 1 to 2 years. So you don't know when they will call you. No definite date.
Once you have the voucher, then you can go and apply somewhere that takes low-cost housing, because then you have to fill out their application and everything. I went in, I think, April of 2014, and I think by August I went for like a second interview, and that's when they tell you all the ins and outs, and that's when I got my voucher. I went in October, or I went in September, the end of September. Initially I was going to have a place in October, and then the person that was going to move changed their mind. So then the place that came up was the following month. Worked out real good for me with being on oxygen, because I've had COPD since 2003, and which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. I even worked while I had my oxygen. And in 2005, I even took on a part-time job in the evenings, being a cashier at Walmart, to supplement my income, because where I was living, the rent kept going up. And I lived there for 9 years, and then, then the housing thing came through, and that's when I moved. I didn't want to move, but the rent was just too expensive. I couldn't handle it anymore. And they didn't accept Section 8 anyway, so I don't know. It's like when you go into a meeting and you talk. They're letting you talk, but they're not listening because they're not interested in what you have to say. They want to talk about how much money they're going to get and how much it's going to, what their process is and where they're at and what do you think about this part of it, and trying to make us feel like they're including us, asking us about the layout. And that's just an insult to me because they know that we can't afford it. So, you know, I went to a meeting that was going to be for the PQ town hall meeting or something. And then Father was there and he happened to stand up and start speaking on our behalf. And it was so, the way he spoke, it's like finally somebody's talking about us as people that matter.
I am just praying if they will give us an extension of 1 or 2 years, because that is the time when these people that we are renting, the places that we are applying, said the waiting time is 1 to 2 years.
I just want to share that we have this dilemma right now, and I hope somebody could help us on our issue here, and hopefully we could extend the start date of the demolition, so we could have ample time, or if they could provide us with financial assistance, that would be great for us.
You can move around, you can walk in the morning as old people do, walk and plant. You can plant around it's like your home. That's why we like that place.
This whole area, Penasquitos, had a community plan when it was developed, and that area where the PQ Village is now was designated as low income and affordable housing in the community plan. So the developer is really having to ask for an exception from what the community plan dictates. So there's discretion amongst the decision makers whether they allow this or not. And we want to convince them not to allow this. And the church is always, from her founding by Jesus Christ, has always had a special care for the poor.